And as we head into tonight's historic Democratic National Convention, I want to bring in Florida Congresswoman Val Demings. She was on Joe Biden's short list of potential running mates. She also played a prominent role in President Trump's impeachment trial. And before coming to Congress, she was the first woman to lead Orlando's police department. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, Congresswoman.
It's great to be with you.
So this will certainly be a convention unlike any other. What do Democrats need to do in order to speak to all Americans and not just their own party?
This is the night that we have all been waiting for. We know that our nation is broken. I just don't think the current occupant of the White House gets that we're dealing with real people, real families, real issues, and real consequences. The American people are quite frankly tired of the president's unjust and inhumane policies. And, you know, he sowed race. Division, and there's just so many things going on in our nation right now. Public health pandemic, millions of people out of work. And tonight's theme is about unity, we the people. And I think if you look at the lineup of speakers tonight, starting with our former First Lady, Michelle Obama, it is about bringing our nation together and our party together, followed by Senator Bernie Sanders, Majority Whip Clyburn. I believe we have the right message. I certainly know we have the right team with Joe Biden and Senator Harris. And I'm excited about tonight, but more excited about what the future holds for our nation.
And I see that you are already in your blue, dressed up in the blue for tonight. There's been backlash, as you know, within the party over the decision to invite prominent Republican speakers, namely former Ohio Governor John Kasich, former New Jersey Governor Christine Todd Whitman, and former Representative Susan Molinari. What will these Republican voices add to the program? And in your estimation, are there downsides to including them?
Well, let me just say this. As you well know, I served as one of the impeachment managers. And as I think back to the impeachment trial, I do believe that we presented an overwhelming case that was clear and convincing against the president. We know how that trial turned out, but we did have one Republican who stood up, I believe, and did the right thing. I believe tonight is just a demonstration of how broken our nation is under this president's failed policies. You know, I remember a few months ago when we were dealing with civil unrest in all 50 states and America was on fire. As I watched the president and listened to him, I felt like he was walking around with a gasoline can and just continuing to sow discord as opposed to unifying our nation. So I believe tonight, number one, that we have Republicans who think are demonstrating that they love this country enough to step up and stand up for the man and the team that they believe can unify our country and deal with some of the most critical issues that we are facing. So quite frankly, this is what America looks like. It is time to bring our nation together, and tonight will be a nice kickoff of doing just that.
Of course, one of the speakers tonight, Senator Bernie Sanders. How much do you think that he'll be able to help mobilize the progressive wing of the party in order to support the Biden-Harris ticket?
I am excited about Senator Sanders speaking tonight. And, you know, for several months now, he and Vice President Biden met. Senator Sanders put his support behind Vice President Biden. So I think it's yet a great sign of how our party is unifying. While we come from different places and different spaces and sometimes different opinions about certain legislation and policies, I do believe that we all support an agenda the American people. Basically, every boy, girl, man, and woman should be able to have the opportunity to succeed, should have access to health care, quality education, housing. We're dealing with a public health pandemic. So there are so many things that are going on. I believe every person on this stage tonight, of course, including Bernie Sanders, supports that agenda, and I'm excited about hearing what he has to say.
You, of course, had a long career in law enforcement, as did Senator Kamala Harris, a former prosecutor. Why do you think that more Americans favor Trump over Biden when it comes to stopping crime, according to a new ABC News Washington Post poll? And how can the Biden campaign inspire more confidence on this issue?
Well, I think we know if we have been paying attention to Vice President Biden. You know, my husband likes to say the best indicator of future performance is to look at past performance. And we know Vice President Biden's work as it deals with keeping all communities safe. As a former law enforcement officer, one thing I clearly understand is that every community, regardless of the color of their skin, their ethnic background, their economic base, wants to live in a safe community. We know that agenda that Vice President Biden cares about, and I'm excited as a former law enforcement officer and a police chief of supporting this team and helping to go around the country and do what I can to talk about what safe communities, what safe neighborhoods, what safe cities looks like in this country.
Congresswoman, last question. Just want to get a sense from you. How important was it to you that Biden actually pick a black woman for the ticket?
You know, Linsey, when I was asked this question earlier, I was super excited about Vice President Biden making the commitment to select a woman, no questions asked, because surely I do believe it's time. But when we think about, you know, every election, we always say that black women are the backbone of the party. We've seen the long line, certainly in Alabama, with the election. Doug Jones and others. We've seen black women as the most reliable voting bloc in our party. So when we look at the commitment, the dedication, the overwhelming support, I do believe it was time to add a black woman to the ticket, and I'm really excited about Senator Harris. We're excited about the future with this team.
Congresswoman Demings, we thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.